Welcome back, cozy travelers. If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you're coming back, I want to welcome you back. Today's video is very much impromptu. As you know, I pretty much put a video out every 2 weeks. So this in-between video is a bonus one. I couldn't not make this video because I just got this in the mail. All I did was cut these parts open and that's it, and that's literally all I set up. But as you can see in the title, this is my first ever fully custom pen. And what I mean by that is, yes, I have purchased maker pens at events and online, like from Mayfair Pens, Mike's Pen Fun. I've obviously seen a bunch of them online from like Papa J's Studio, Carolina Pen Company, a lot of other ones, honestly. And I've always purchased ones from them that are already made, like the pen's already set up and that's it. But recently a company has come across my feed that really fascinated me in the model that they were doing for their pens. And I believe they're fairly new. At least like their first post on their Instagram page is from this year, so I would say they're fairly new. But the model that I got, and I believe it's the only one out currently, was really gorgeous and it really spoke to me. So I was like, I really want to see what they have, because right now they were very limited to what they had posted online and their website's not up. So I reached out to, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Lyravelle. It's going to be up here on the screen. Lyravelle Pens on Instagram. And I reached out and I was like, hey, just want to get an idea of your pricing. What does that look like? And we kind of chatted back and forth, and they told me their prices, and then they sent me an image of the blanks that they had. From there, I was like, I really wasn't in the market to get a new pen, but two of them really spoke to me, and I was like, oh man, like, what is your typical turnaround? And then I was like, I'm fascinated, and I really do think at some point I do want to get a pen from you. And I believe they were going out on a vacation or a trip, so it gave me some time to think about it. And by the time I reached out again, I was like, no, I definitely want to do this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the box, and then I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about the information they sent, because I was like, I know that a lot of these models are pretty new, and I just want to get like what your story is for your pens and how you kind of came about, because this year has definitely been more of a maker focused year for me on pen purchases. Last year was definitely more focused on getting pens from like big companies like Sailor and Platinum and other well-known companies, Coeco, you know, so on and so forth. So I was like, what is the story that you're trying to tell with your pens? Because I feel like a lot of makers have to think about that a little bit more, as opposed to just putting out a certain colorway or something like that. So that's what I found really fascinating, and that connection that they have with their pens. So without further ado, let's open this. And like I said, I already cut open the box, but I haven't actually physically opened it. So this is going to be very much my first reaction. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. That's awesome. Yeah, so there's the brand logo and name. Put on the side there. Oh, okay, so I see a little paper here. Ooh, okay, so this was the first one I had seen on their Instagram that I was like, oh my god, the body shape is really cool. The resin they're using, like the material is really gorgeous. I believe this is, oh, I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm gonna have to check this out in a second. Okay. Alrighty, let's open it. Oh my gosh. Alright, let me move this here, move this up here. Oh my god, that's absolutely gorgeous. So this resin material was a block like I said, they sent an image of a bunch of the blanks that they had, and this one was one of my 2 contenders. And then when they told me that this one was more see-through, like the material, I was like, okay, this is the one. I don't have anything like this. I don't have anything with pink in it or like swirls like this with white and brown. But oh my goodness. Let's uncap it. Oh yeah, okay. Oh wow, okay. So I was, not that I was concerned, but I do have some pens that have big steps like this where it like catches a little bit. But this is really smooth. Like they curved this out perfectly. And this fits beautifully in my hand. I doubt this is gonna post. Yeah, I didn't think there was gonna be any way this posted. But even without the posting, this feels really nice in my hand. And then on the cap there, you have that swirl. Beautiful. All right, so let me put this back down and give you some information about them, because this is by no means sponsored. I just very much love supporting people and creators and artists, and this pen, funny enough, spoke to me, and I think this is something that they very much hammer on in their branding for their pens and company. So yeah, let me tell you some stuff about Lyravelle Pens and yeah, their story. So first off, right now, I believe this is the only model they have. They're probably going to have more in the future, but this is the Asterion model. Right now I'm reading information that I've asked them. I was like, hey, like, what information do you like to put out there? Basically, what's the company lore? And this is what they sent me. So the company was born from the workshop of the apprentice, and Lyravelle Pen offers writing instruments carved from myth and mystery. These are not just pens, they're invitations into a deeper world rich with story, ancient lore, and quiet personal restoration. The tale of the maker, the apprentice, and you unfolds in the saga of Lyravelle, a series of novellas where pens become keys to entangled worlds and conduits between twin souls. Yes, you have a twin soul in Lyravelle, and they are reaching out for you. So this specific model, which is, again, like I mentioned, the Asterion model, draws its form from the ancient powers of bells, resonate instruments once believed to clear fog, summon spirits, and carry voices beyond time. When stood on its end, the cap reveals the silhouette of a ceremonial bell, echoing the legacy of sound and awakening. Okay, so actually, I don't know why I put it all the way back in there. So now that they said that, you do see that, because I was wondering why, because typically this part I feel like is sometimes attached to the pen, but specifically I feel like it was intentional that it was attached here. But yeah, it does kind of give like a bell-shaped form, which is really gorgeous. All right, let me keep reading. So in Lyravelle, Asterion is rare and revered and is said to restore the voices of those who have been silenced, whether by trauma, time, or magic. A pen not just of expression, but reclamation. I absolutely love what they're saying about the pens, and I think everybody has like a story they have connected to pens. I feel like I do sometimes, like, it doesn't have to be like a big story. Like it could be like, hey, at this time, like I was going through something and, you know, you rewarded yourself with this pen, or I was with certain people and at an event, and at that moment I really wanted to capture it with this pen. So I feel like that's the kind of goal they're going with, and the connection you have with the pen. Like for me, I immediately was drawn in by that blank, and it was like that plus the shape of this beautiful pen that I've not really seen. Like I said, a lot of makers have to do, I feel like, a lot more heavy lifting because they have to make a product that isn't already out there. Like there's only so many pens that people aren't going to be overwhelmed with that are just kind of like either cigar shape or the flat topped. So they do have to kind of go above and beyond to make it a little bit more, you know, it catches the attention of somebody. And for me, that definitely is what happened here. Let me see if I could see it more on the black top, because you'll see here there's curves to the pen itself, which I find like was stunning. I was like, I've not seen that in other pens. And so that connection for me in this pen was pretty strong already. And knowing that like I had picked it, I picked the nib. They had shown me videos along the way and pictures. I'll actually insert some of the ones that they had sent me to show me that the pen was being done, and that back and forth between a maker is also really nice. Like I said, I've purchased already pens that have been made, so I've kind of already just been like, hey, I like that, and you know, that's it. But this is like very much like I walked through it, and I think there's more of a connection there. I know I definitely want to ink this up, so let me move some stuff around and let's ink and test this out. Okay, so I did have some thoughts already on what I wanted to ink it with. Back here in my ink journal, I have a bunch of custom mixes, and before I even got the pen, I was kind of contemplating this specific color, and I was like, if it leans more pink, I'll probably go with the other custom one, but that's almost like perfect. This is almost too pink, so I'm actually going to lean towards that color, which is a custom Iroshizuku mix I made with, first it started with the initial mix, which was Iroshizuku Hana-ikada and Tsutsuji. It was 9 milliliters to 0.5 milliliter, so that made this pink. And then to that I added, to 1 milliliter of that custom mix, I added just a single pipette drop of Shin Kai, which made it lean a little bit more purple. So let me grab that color. Okay, perfect, so I have that right here. Let me move this out of the way. Got my little holder here. Pop that right in there. I got this at Stationery Fest. And for the most part, when I'm not using it as a ink holder, it is a holder from my Laban. When I'm, oh my gosh. Well, I just got a surprise when opening that pen. The actual converter itself has these flowers on it. That's so gorgeous. I don't know what the longevity on it is going to be when it's washed and stuff, but I do hope it lasts pretty long, because it's not, I don't believe it's painted on. I believe it's like a sticker. But wow, that's so gorgeous. I don't think the pen's gonna make it all the way in, so I'm gonna convert it like through right here. Okay, got some good amount in there. Let me just get paper towel to dab off the sides. Perfect, so this is filled up. Put that on in there, and then usually, yeah, because I didn't make a lot for that. So I don't think the pen would have been able to fill it up. So I just dipped it a little bit so that the nib could help. Dipping it will help the ink flow a little bit more towards the nib. Okay. Let that set for a second. I'm gonna get some paper. Okay, got some paper here. Cap right there. So I got mine in a medium, and it is a Bach nib. So at this point I have tested out more Bach nibs than I had ever tried this year, because I had it on my Tsutsuji pen and also my Mike's Pen Fun. I believe the Tiger Tail one I have has the Bach nib, also in a medium. So let's test it out and see how this color is. So Lyravelle Pens. Asterion model. Oh, let's do a medium. And then, oh, so I didn't even think about it. So this resin doesn't have a name, or at least I didn't ask if it did. Okay, sorry, for a second I went off screen because, yeah, like I was saying, this doesn't have a name to it, but I immediately thought of like strawberry milk tea. And even specifically, I remember there was a collab with the, I think it's called 3:15 p.m. milk tea, or like 3:15 p.m. is the brand. And they did come also out with a rose fruity milk tea. So either I'm gonna call this strawberry milk tea or rose milk tea. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards the rose milk tea. But let me know in the comments which one you like more, and which one you think it connects more to you. But yeah, so for now, I'm just gonna call it, since I'm leaning a little bit more towards the rose, I think I'm gonna put rose. Oh, that's so pretty. And this color is so perfect for it. Again, I'm just gonna put custom pilot Iroshizuku. If you want the recipe for this again, I'll put it in the little bio section, so you can make a mix of your own, because I really like this color. It brings it down a little bit more, so it's not as bright. Because Hana-ikada, I only used it twice and it was just too bright for me, and I love light bright colors, but it was just not feasible for me to use it a lot. So after I made that custom blend to that and then made an even more custom from that, it ended up being a perfect color for me. Oh, let me realize I was really zoomed out. There we go. Oh, everything is falling on me. There we go. So yeah, look, that is such a pretty color for this pen, and I'm really glad that I found a pen to use this for, because I honestly, this color was made before I even got this pen, so that's actually pretty funny. But yeah, I think that's so perfect. But yeah, that is everything I have to say about this pen. I can't say anymore how excited I am and how happy I am with how it came out. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous and perfect. I have it inked up now, and that means I need to rearrange. Well, that was a bit rude. This video is so impromptu. My battery for my camera was not fully charged. So as I'm just doing the outro now. So again, so excited, so happy about this pen. If you're interested in getting anything from them, reach out to them on Instagram if there's not a color that you like that's out yet. They're so sweet, made the experience for me so easy, and yeah, if you've ever been fascinated in getting a custom made pen, I can't recommend them enough. So again, thank you for this little sitting around for this extra video I made. Next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled 2-week videos. And yeah, we'll see you then. Stay well and healthy, and we'll see you then. Bye.